Okay, thank you everyone for joining me today on this Security Sis Sunday. My name is Vonda Degree, your host, and I am the Board Sis Assistant Representative of Arkansas. And welcome, everyone. So today we're diving into a critical aspect of securing your financial future, which is administration and record keeping for the solo 401k. So buckle up as we unveil the key steps to ensure your retirement plan not only meets the IRS guidelines, but thrives in a world of effective record keeping. So let's embark on this journey to financial empowerment together. So today we're diving into the record keeping, right? So we want to make sure that we're keeping great records so that way by the end of the year, we are able to um, be able to be in compliance with the IRS regulations. And that way we are maintaining the plan's tax advantage status, right? So we're going to break down the fact that there is a plan document. So the creation and adapting to the creation of the plan. So that starts by establishing a form document that outlines the rules and provisions of the solo 401k. This document must be adapted before the end of the year of the tax year for which you want to plan to be effective. All right, so you have the participant eligibility of what we talked about on our last meetup, which was what and whom and what business structures are eligible to clearly communicate the eligibility criteria to the participants, ensuring that only eligible employee business owners and spouses, if applicable, remember that, contributes to the plan. And so understanding the IRS requirements for the plan, research the IRS guidelines. So we have to familiarize ourselves with the IRS guidelines and requirements for the solo 401k plans. The IRS provides detailed information in publications such as the IRS Publication 560 and IRS Form 5305 SEP, all right, and that's SEP. So that's the 5305 SEP. So if you're unfamiliar with this particular publication, it is out there on the irs.gov website where we can obtain that information as to what the IRS is actually looking for. So we have to familiarize ourselves with that particular form. And again, that form is the 5305-SEP, SEP. So then you would choose a plan provider or draft your document. So basically, if you're not sure what this document should entail, then of course you need to get with a personal assistant, considering hiring a plan provider or a legal professional that is experienced in retirement plans to draft the plan document. Alternatively, you can use a pre-approved prototype document provided by certain financial institutions. So of course, they already have their blueprints, their templates already mapped out. Whereas when you contact this professional that will assist you, then you can just say you want to do it yourself. If you know and understand, then you can just, use the pre-approved prototype document, which is like a template. So you can use the IRS model documents. The IRS also provides a model plan of this document, which is that Form 5305 SEP for simplified employee pension plans. So that's what SEP means. SEP means simplified employee pension plans. all right, which can be adapted for the use in the solo 401k plans. So, of course, if you're not familiar with that, again, drop interested in the comments below, and me and my team would not mind getting with you to go over these plans and getting you set up for your SEP 401k plans. So this includes essential plan provisions. So of course you have the plan name. So clearly state the name of the plan. The typical includes, it typically includes the business name or the name of the self-employed individual. So then of course we go back to the eligibility criteria, which is defining the eligibility criteria for the participant, specifying that the plan is for the business owner and their eligible spouse, if applicable. Okay. So then you want to begin to determine your contribution limits and types. So the contribution limits, which specifies the contribution limits for both employee and employer contributions, keeping in line with the IRS regulations, clearly underline any catch-up contributions options for participants age 50 and older. So then you have, so of course that's the contribution limits, and then you have the Roth contribution. If your plan allows for the Roth contributions, clearly outline the provisions of or for making after tax contributions. So again, you would need to get with your professional if these terms and information that I am providing is like new to you. You're not sure what in the world is she talking about. Well, what I'm talking about is an exit plan, a way for you to exit the business, getting yourself set up. It's very important that we are building these businesses, but then what are and how are we going to retire? Have that even, crossed your mind on how you're going to retire? I know it crossed my mind because, again, I stated all the time, I do not want to be working all of my life. And whether it's in corporate America or in full entrepreneurship, then we all have that concern. Even if we were in that 9 to 5 over there at Vital Records or at the car dealership or wherever it is that you may be working in your career, or, the job that you hold, we all kind of want to look into the 401ks. We all want to know where our money is going to come from when we retire. How are you going to plan for that, trip to the beach when you don't even know where the money's going to come from because you never took the time to think about retiring or the retirement plan or the exiting of your business, as far as what am I going to do with this business? Am I going to pass it to my kids? Am I going to sell it? If I sell it, or did I bill it based on personality, like based on my character? People know me in the business, so therefore they deal with just me. And then when you sell it, they don't want to come and deal with the new owners because it's not you anymore. All of these things is what we're talking about. So if I'm speaking on a 401k, if I'm speaking on IRS, if I'm speaking on, provisions that you have no clue of what I'm talking about, then you need a financial service planner. You need to contact your persons that's dealing with your financial service, okay? So, of course, you want to describe the vesting rules and vesting schedule. If applicable, outline any vesting schedules for employer contributions. So vesting determines the ownership of the employer contributions over time. That's what that means. So include investment options. So you want a list of permitted investments. Do you even have investments? Are you investing in anything? Are you tied into any kind of cryptocurrencies? What are you investing in? Some land? Are you partnered with someone? Are you even using the Cash App investments where you can actually invest in some stocks into some of the businesses that they tie in with, like Walmart, Target, um, Exxon? Are you investing in anything else besides your business? So, if you are, then you want a list of those permitted investments, which clearly defines the type of investments allowed within the solo 401k. So there are certain types, which can include stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, and other investment vehicles. So again, this is what we're talking about. you know um so again, it's like life insurance, right? So say you have a life insurance policy and it's growing some cash value, or you have a life insurance term policy and you want to invest the difference, right? You pay on your policy and then you have some money left over after you pay on your policy and you want to invest the difference, right? Into something, an annuity, a stocks and bonds, or mutual funds. You want to be investing. So as a business owner, thinking on investments is important as well, because now, there are certain types of investments that is allowed in that solo 401k. And again, you have to get with that person, your investment personal investor, um, persons that can help you navigate these things and these ideas in this plan. Okay. So when you're detailing, there are certain details for distribution rules. So the distribution provisions specify the rules regarding the distributions, including age at which participants can take distributions without penalties, and any circumstances allowing for early withdrawals. So when you want to borrow against, the plan, or you want to borrow against your policy, and then you take money and you want to invest it in certain things. So you have to look into the details of the distribution rules. So number 8 would be establishing loan provisions. So you have to look at your loan terms. If your plan allows for participant loans, outline the terms, interest rates, and repayment schedules. Ensure compliance with the IRS regulations regarding loans from retirement plans. So again, we are talking about retirement and exiting plans for small business owners. All right, small business owners. So of course, we want to look into what else to include in the plan, amendment procedures, and review and revise all your legal reviews and periodic updates. You have to go in and regularly review the plan document and update it as needed to reflect changes in the regulations or business circumstances. So again, some of those circumstances could be you only have you and your spouse, right? Or maybe you now have, the spouse dropped off and now you have actual employees. Then you have to start looking into the provisions of a regular, a typical, or as they say, traditional 401k plan versus the solo one, right? The solo one is just the one for us who are entrepreneurs full-time, wearing the hats, and maybe we have a spouse or a loved one that is partnering with us. We want to make sure that that person is also being included in this retirement plan. So you want to adapt the plan document. So signing the adaptation, the plan documents must be formally adopted by the end of the tax year, which you want to plan the plan to be effective. This involves signing and dating the document. So you just want to make sure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, and that you are putting this plan in the plan description in place. All right. So to know exactly what it is you want to do. So then, you want to submit the required forms to the IRS. So the required forms like the 5500, if the plan exceeds, if the assets exceed the threshold, you may need to file the form 5500 annually. So you want to do that annually. So familiarize yourself with the filing requirements and the submitting of the forms to the IRS. So again, I reiterate the fact of getting a personal financial planner that is familiar with the retirement plans, that can best navigate you on this process, okay? So in my conclusion, creating and adapting a solo 401k plan, the plan documents involve carefully consideration of the IRS guidelines, thorough drafting, compliance with legal requirements, seeking professional assistance, keeping the document up to date, and communicating effectively with the participants are key elements in ensuring the plan's success. So regularly review and revisions will help the plan remain in compliance with changing regulations and continuing to meet the needs of the business owner and the eligible participants. Okay, so that is my conclusion for today's retirement planning, exit planning for solo 401k plans for the small business owner. Again, this is Boss Sis. Meet me back again for another talk in retirement and getting our plan in place. All right. Same time, same channel, same organization. Boss Sis. So thank you again for tuning in to Security Sis Talk. Thank you so much.